Hey, fellow problem solvers. Today I want to talk about Euler's number, represented with the letter E. It is a constant, probably the second most famous constant there is, and possibly one of the most useful ideas to understand. The first constant is pi, the Greek letter pi, the irrational number 3.14. How pi works is you take any circumference of any circle, divide it by its diameter, and it'll always equal that constant 3.14. So if it's the globe, you take the circumference of the Earth, divide it by a line going through the Earth, still 3.14. Head of a pin, take the circumference of that, divide it by its diameter, 3.14. Pretty easy to see because there's a geometric representation of pi. With Euler's number, there is no geometric representation. It's really just a continuous constant change. This number single-handedly has been probably the most powerful tool for the advancement of mathematics. And a good example, when Bernoulli discovered this number, his good example where he discovered it was looking at interest payments. So let's look at a couple scenarios. One scenario is I got $1 in the bank, and unrealistic as this is, I earn 100% interest, and I have it in there for 1 year. So if I just get simple interest, I have my amount in the bank, $1. I earn 100% interest on that in 1 year. So I earn $1. At the end of the year, I have a total of $2. Here's another scenario. Let's say instead of earning 100% interest in a year, I still give you that same 100% interest, but I split it in half. So I have $1 in the bank. I am going to give you 50% interest for 6 months, and then 50% interest for the next 6 months. So in 6 months, I earn 50% on $1, so I own 50 cents. So at the end of 6 months, I have $1.50. Then I earn 50% interest on that for the next 6 months. 50% interest on that, half of that is 75 cents. So at the end of 1 year, at 100% interest, compounded once after 6 months, I have $2.25. Now let's say I don't compound it every 6 months, I compound it quarterly. So after 3 months, I earn that money, right? So I have $1. I earn 25% per quarter, so I earn 25 cents. After 3 months, I have $1.25. I earn 25% of that. 62 is at 31.75. We'll just round that up to 32. After the first quarter, I have $1.57. Now I earn 25% on that. 75, 30, like 38 cents. So now after 6 months, I have like $1.95 or something. And then I earn a quarter on that. And then I earn a quarter on that. And then that works out to be, if I compound quarterly, like maybe $2.40. I could compound yearly, $2. Compound semi-annually, $2.25. Compound quarterly. I could compound monthly, $1 plus 1/12. I could, if I do monthly, I think that works out to be $261. I could compound weekly, 1/52. I think that's $269. I could compound hourly. I could compound minutely. I could compound by the second. I could compound by the millisecond. And it gets closer and closer until I get to $272, which is Euler's number 2.718. Bernoulli came up with this, played with it, really understood continuous compounding, continuous interest, and then Euler really worked out exactly what this number was. Really interesting way, but what is so fascinating about this number E, 2.718, is that it is the measure of change. So if we graph y equals e to the x, I could set up a t-bar and graph this. When x is equal to 1, I'm at E, so at 1, up here at 2.718. When x is 0, I'm right here at 1. And then I could see my graph looks like this. The most amazing part of this graph, wherever I am on here, if I draw a line of tangency on here, this line of tangency, the slope is e to the x. What's even more amazing, if I draw down here, the area under the graph is also e to the x. So if I pick a point, it doesn't matter what point and where I am, let's say right here, 5, the slope of this line of tangency is e to the 5th, and then the area, unbelievably, under the graph at that point is also e to the 5th. So this is really the constant of change, and it's essential to understand it so you could look at slopes of curves and the area under the curve.